So I had a customer who emailed us today, and he had a whoopsie-doo with his 1266.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He fessed up. He said, I have a speaker amp. Someone got at the, he didn't say who, someone got at the preamp volume control and cranked it, blew the drivers.
Oh, no.
So I was like, he's like, so he happened to email and then he called. He's like, well, what's it going to cost to replace this? And, I thought about it, and it's like, that's a big question mark, right? I mean, nobody seems to know, and then I've seen numbers all over the place on the internet that are astronomical.
I've seen quite a few people publish numbers that I don't know where they get them from, but they're very high. 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. I've seen people say $3,000 for driver replacement.
I think the 1,500 number comes from way back in the day with the original 1266. Like we're going back 8 to 10 years, where we didn't have a rebuild process for the drivers. We had to replace the drivers.
Replacement,
yeah, only, and so it was expensive at that time if somebody had a mistake.
Had a whoopsie-doo,
yeah. So anyway, that's probably what the numbers. But now this isn't 8, 10 years ago. This is 2023. So let's talk about that.
Yes. We
actually now publish a page on our website that it's probably going to be in the bottom, and I think it's in the footer section. So the bottom of any page, there's information there to go to all kinds of pages on the site.
Yeah, we have a little menu.
And one of them is repairs.
Right.
Yeah, and it's simple. It's a simple menu, but it's simple cost. But bottom line is, like an OG is a little bit simpler of an diaphragm assembly. It's $300 to rebuild both drivers, assuming there's no physical damage to the speaker itself.
Right.
Someone didn't shove a friggin' screwdriver through the middle of it and trash its screen, whatever, right? No physical damage, just it doesn't work. It's $300, and it goes to $500 for the newer models, the Diana TC and the 12.6, and I think even the Diana CC. Anyway, it's $300 to $500 is the range to rebuild the drivers and that.
Right.
And that's it.
That's assuming you need both diaphragms replaced.
Yeah, which we normally do.
Usually is the case. Depends on the circumstances.
We normally do to match them. That's almost always the case. If it's a current product and someone had a whoopsie-doo, that's probably not a big deal because we have matches for current product. But on older product, we're rematching.
Yeah.
The plus side, though, is that when you have the older models like the even Diana Phi or the OG, you get a bump up in performance too because we're using
the newer stuff.
It's called a hybrid, but it's a newer generation diaphragm assembly. So, when you think about the price, it's like, well, it's not bad, really. I mean, so there's no reason you don't have to sweat it out, with
it's really not
these
that
things.
bad. We try to only replace the parts that are necessary, and we try to offer very reasonable pricing for repairs. We're not trying to make repairs a profit center. We're trying to get the headphone back in service.
Well, anyone's in service knows that service is not a profitable thing.
No, not really.
It really isn't. Unless you're fixing space shuttles
Unless
on the moon.
Unless you plan for everything to break all the time.
The
plan is for the stuff not to break, so we try to make the repairs reasonable.
I mean, it's usually easier to build new stuff than to repair old stuff, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
On complicated assemblies,
It takes oftentimes about 3 times as long to rebuild the 1266 driver than it does to do the final assembly on a new pair. Obviously, there's a lot of other costs associated with it.
Well,
but
usually
it's very labor intensive,
Yeah.
which is mostly where the cost comes from.
Well, I think that because there's a lot of care put into the assembly of it, so you're carefully disassembling it so you
Right.
don't hurt anything else.
When you got the inspection
You're
as well.
carefully reassembling it, and it's got to be QC'd and all that
Well,
stuff.
that's the thing. You don't need you got to take it apart and fix it and put it back together instead of just put it together
Yeah.
initially. So
Yeah. So I mean, I think it's reasonable. I don't think we're charging a lot of money to do this. And of course, we're talking about products that are out of warranty for whatever. Either they're beyond the warranty period or they were damaged somehow. So anyway, yeah. I mean, and I should add to those prices too that in the U.S. shipping is not a big deal because we're in the U.S.
Right.
But when you live in another country somewhere, expect us to have to add shipping to the cost to return it to you. So you've got basically shipping both ways. You got to ship it to us.
Shipping is very, very expensive international.
And we got to ship it back
from
to
the
you.
US.
Yeah, it gets up there now, and we don't stick things in a box and put stamps on it. We're using UPS.
Right.
So it'll get to you in 2-3 days, and
Right.
it's real safe.
Yeah.
But it's not inexpensive. So but anyway, bottom line is that it's not as crazy, I think, as people thought about the repairs. And if you have any question, just check out our website. It's on there now.
We got it published.
Got a little chart on there that shows
Yeah.
shows some numbers.
Or you could email us, call us.
Right.
I would prefer that rather than people just making up numbers
Yeah.
and publishing them online.
Yeah, go into a forum and asking them. They don't know because they don't fix the thing.
Right.
How much does it cost? I don't know, $1,000.
Well, of course, the reality is very few people have ever paid for repairs on Abyss products
Right.
because they're usually in warranty. They don't really break. So it's the few minorities that have physical abuse or they damage it out of warranty or things like this.
Most people don't want to talk about
And
it.
it's not that many people. And they usually don't really
Oh,
say.
making
Screw
a
something up.
mistake,
Yeah,
yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
really want to go, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Some people are cool about it, but other people, I'd
Most
rather
people, for some reason,
I
don't want to
wouldn't-
go
I wouldn't go
online
out of
and
my
say,
way.
Yeah, right.
to
I
go,
blew it up.
Oh, you
Yeah.
blew up my headphone.
Yeah.
Usually not.
So, yeah. I mean, but shit happens. That's the way it is. And, yeah, don't sweat it.
Lesson learned: make sure the volume's down before you turn anything on. There you go.
Well, especially if you're using a high power
Right.
speaker amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's
It is
The
what
issue.
it is. Yeah. Lesson learned is right.
yes.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Subscribe because we got some good stuff coming.
Oh, we do.